cold. Could be worse, though. Let's get out of the wind tunnel. Hello, if you're watching us on YouTube, give us a second. We're going to get in the spot. A little windy here last time we learned. Thank you to the 500 people that told us how windy it sounded.
Moonwalking to another dub.
We're taking your advice. We're going to try a new location. What's up, Zach? You been out here all game?
God, no.
This looks good. It won't be windy right here. I know if there's one thing I know, it's structures and wind, and this is a safe spot.
Let's just sit and have a
All
chat.
right. I'm Drew Franklin, Jack Pilgrim, Jacob Polachek, Zack Geoghegan. We are live outside the office at
This
Rupp
is much
Arena.
more comfy. I like this.
It is. Why have we been going over there all this time? You know, I don't have gloves. Damn it, you all have gloves. This is going to be cold.
Wearing gloves today.
Well, that's why it's a rapid reaction. Cats got a big win tonight, 82-61. 61?
Yes, 82.
Yep, I definitely know the 82. We'll get to that later. 82-61. Big win, big win. Got above 500 in the SEC. Shouldn't have ever been 500, but it happens in this year when the SEC is strong as it is. But the Cats got home, avenged the loss to Vanderbilt in Nashville. Go Cats, indeed. Have a good night. Avenged the loss to Vanderbilt in Nashville in January. Much better game this time around. Amari Williams especially. In Vanderbilt, he had 6 points, 5 rebounds tonight. He was great. Had, 17 points, 6, 7 rebounds. Ortega Owe. He didn't miss a shot?
Not a single shot.
Look at you with facts.
From the free throw line.
All these facts. So take Owe 20 points. 25 straight games of 20 points.
26.
Look at me. I'll get these numbers eventually. Anyway, we're happy. As I said, Drew, Jack, Jacob, Zach. Shout out to Roback. I don't know if they sell gloves, but go to Roback. There's a new KSR special. Punch in KSR. Get that discount. They got good shirts, polos. I don't know if they have gloves, but if they do, I'd love to wear them. Anyway, let's talk ball. Zach, as usual, we'll go to you first. You got to go in and talk to Mark Pope. You all are boys. Just your initial takeaways. Anything you want to get off your chest before you get to go inside in the heat?
Well, half my takeaway was.
Put my hands in my pockets.
Yeah, do you want this glove?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm a man.
Yes, Amari Williams, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 6 of 6 from the field, 5 of 5 from the free throw line. A 12 of 12 mark from the free throw line in the first half for Kentucky is really what prevented them from trailing. The first half was great on offense, not so great on defense. The second half, though, Kentucky was awesome. I think it ended up being 41-21 was the second half differential. Kentucky jumped on them early, had a quick 6-0 run, and then just poured it on from there. So Tega Owe continued his streak. How about our boy? I don't know if he's our boy, but Colin Chandler.
My boy.
I think he needs to be our boy now. Colin Chandler coming out here and actually playing. Probably his best game of the season, I'd say. Had 7 points all in the first half, and it was 6 rebounds, though, 2 assists. He loves that little driving kick where he uses his eyes to look off defenders and then just kick it out to the side. He was awesome tonight, really running around a lot. Ball handling and defense maybe still needs a little bit, but he was just awesome out there. It was nice to see another freshman get out there and cook. Travis Perry finally hit his shots down the end there. Trent Noah was, I think, 0 for 4, but he had a lot of good-looking shots, good, clean shots, so that's still what you want from him. Kobe Brea bounced back game. I'm just going through the whole box score at this point. Great bounce back game from Kobe. He had three three-pointers. Anything else on this game I can touch on before we wrap up real quick?
What was your favorite part of the game? You know, you weren't at Texas, but you were disappointed like the rest of us.
Yes. My favorite part of the
being
game.
happy again. Anything stand out?
I think my favorite part was the fact that it was a 20-point win, because if we're going to be out here when it's 15 degrees, we better be having some fun, not celebrating some 1 point half, barely made it win or a loss, because Kentucky really needed to get this one. It wasn't a must-win territory, if we will, because probably still in that NCAA tournament line, but I think Kentucky's pretty much locked up their spot in the NCAA tournament. First with Mark Pope in year 1, so I love that.
Before you go, Alabama on Saturday. We'll all get to our thoughts, but how you feeling? You got any confidence? We all know it's an uphill fight.
It all depends on whatever that SEC availability report says around 8:09 is usually when they release it on Friday night. That's where my confidence lies in whatever that report says. But great game from the Cats. The defense was awesome in the second half. That's really, I think, the main talking point here. But I already covered it, so you guys don't have to worry about it. So I'll go ahead and start talking to Mark Pope, and you can reiterate everything I just said. Do you want this glove, seriously? Because I'm going inside now.
I'm good. I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to go to Roback and use promo code KSR. It's good talking to you. Also, how about him knowing the exact moment it comes out? That's a man that's good at his job. While y'all are out partying on Fridays, he's at home in front of the computer waiting on that to drop. All right, let's get to you all. We'll do a longer version of what he just ran through. I want to start with Colin Chandler. Was he the MVP? No. But by far his best game as a Cat. Few moments where it's kind of, bad turnover here, bad turnover there. He tried to take a charge. I think he overacted on that one a little bit. That's a technical in the NBA. But 7 points, hit some big shots, some good assists. And with his athleticism, if he can give you that more every game, I mean, that's a big addition off the bench, Jack.
Yeah, I thought that Mormon Mamba was excellent once again.
Mamba, here we go.
I thought he was.
Here we go.
I'm sorry, I have to. It's my job. I thought he was terrific. It was the best we have seen him since that blue-white game where he just walked out and went for 19 points, was dunking on people. We were like, well, wasn't expecting that guy to be a difference maker this season, but I guess that's what Colin Chandler is. Disappeared for a long time, kind of the freshmen, kind of fell back of the three. And, you heard the confidence come from Mark Pope of, I trust all three of those guys to step up in big moments and help contribute to wins. We've seen it with Trent Noah. We've seen it with Travis Perry. Travis, again, had a really, really strong night. Didn't, against a stout defense that forces turnovers. He really just kind of controlled the pace and didn't lose the game for Kentucky. Did enough to help contribute to a win. But the story was Colin Chandler just stepping up, being that guy. When you need some depth at that guard position, you need somebody to step up. With Jackson Robinson and Lamont Butler out, you can't ask for more than what we saw for Colin Chandler tonight. And shout out to the Mormon Mamba.
I like the Mormon Mamba. Can you guys around? Yeah, we'll turn around. We produce on the fly. Yeah, there we go. Just tell us what to do, Steven. Can we get a barrel and start?
Is that vomit? I think that's vomit.
That could be vomit.
Nice.
Jacob, you've been counting 3-pointers all year. You're big on the hitting the 30 number. They didn't do it tonight, but 27. I think they're 11 for 27. Hit more than 10. That was one of my keys to victory. What did you think about them finally going to the three ball a little more than they have in recent games, knowing that's kind of all this offense can do right now?
Yeah, I think that this offense, obviously you want to see a lot of threes, and if you can get 3-pointers and Amari Williams post-ups, those are the two things that you can really focus on. It is cold right now.
Your mouth is freezing as you speak.
Yeah, and I didn't get the vibe. You guys are wearing the same pair of shoes.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
we never do.
Yeah.
Say whatever you want to say.
It'll be helpful when you get Jackson Robinson back to hit some threes, but it's nice to see a lot of attempts out there, and I'm sure Mark Pope is happy about it.
Yeah. Also, a little bit of I don't know if he's all the way turned the corner yet, but Andrew Carr is getting a little bit back to form. Had a few misses. I thought he made a good move, and they just didn't go in. But, after he gave very little in Texas outside of the one bucket and fouling out, I feel like Carr has turned the corner. Jack, do you think maybe there's more of that to come, or is it still just this back issue? It's going to go however he's feeling. There was one point in the game where he went to get up off the ground, and it made my back hurt. He looked like a 70-year-old man on all fours trying to stand up. You can tell it's just still lingering with him.
Mark Pope broke the news in the pregame radio that for the first time since the back issue, he had back-to-back practices this week. Andrew Carr just kind of turned a corner. That's why he got back in the starting lineup. My guy, Ainsley Almanor, I love him with my entire whole heart. Ainsley Almanor, when he lifts for a shot, I think, man, I know it's going to go in because I trust him. I have just pushed all of my chips in on Ainsley Almanor. He did such an immaculate job starting in Andrew Carr's place and, just kind of buying time for Andrew Carr as he kind of worked his back out and worked himself out. It wasn't a perfect start for Andrew Carr, but man, once he kind of got his footing under him and just kind of got that comfort back of, hey, I'm a really, really good basketball player. I have been for a really, really long time. Now is my time to kind of step up where Ainsley has kind of taken over and stepped up in my place. Love Ainsley, all-time fan favorite. That dude's never going to have to buy a drink or meal again in Lexington for the rest of his life. But now it's time for Andrew Carr to kind of turn the corner and be the guy that we signed him to be out of the transfer portal.
If Almanor had hit that three at the end, somebody would be buying a lot of drinks in Lexington, but we came up 3 points shy of the KSR parlay.
Not that you were counting.
I was counting a lot. No, we all love Ainsley Almanor. We also love defense. First half, it wasn't here. It's a little late showing up. Big-time adjustments in the second half. First half, they were kind of letting Vandy score at will. It's kind of what we've seen a lot out of this defense lately. But they locked in late, especially there at the end. I mean, you're up 15. It's a little easier at that point. But they held Edwards to, 10 points? Mm-hmm. I think he gave them 18 in Nashville. Did they even have anyone else in double figures? Maybe McLaughlin was close. But really did a great job defending Vandy. Just feels good. Texas, I don't know about you all, those last 3 minutes had me thinking dark thoughts about this Kentucky basketball team. And to do what they did today with the depleted roster, I know it's Vandy, they've lost 5 out of 6 since beating Kentucky. This is still a very good basketball team. And the chemistry and the defense there at the end, as it's coming together, you start thinking like, okay, throw Lamont Butler back in this, maybe Jackson Robinson. Hopefully, I still think this is a very good basketball team. Am I crazy? I mean, I'm just disappointed as any about some of the recent SEC games, but I still see a lot of potential in this team.
I'll jump in on that one. Zach, I kind of disagreed with him a little bit about the must-win thing. When this is the second easiest game left on the schedule, this is the only quad 2 left. The other 3 away from home are quad 1s, and then the Auburn game, obviously a quad 1 as well, and then that LSU home game is a quad 4. So this is the second easiest in the NCAA's eyes as they're going to rank and tier these games and matchups. This is the second easiest. If you can't get this one, I don't know where you're going to get these other wins from. So when you're in this territory where, you're already in an unbelievable standing with the NCAA as a number 10 overall seed, number 3 seed, in the regions there, you just want to win the games that you can take advantage of while you're dealing with the injury issues. Just find the advantages where you can, and for them to do it the way they did tonight, winning comfortably. I just wanted a 1-point win. It didn't need to be pretty. Just win the damn game, and they did that.
Does 21 work? 21 good enough?
21 is perfect. This was one that I viewed as a must-win if you want to kind of live in fantasy land about what this team can still be. As Drew said, this is what I wanted to see from this group tonight.
I've always thought going into this last stretch, I thought they'd win this one. They'd win the one against LSU, your next home game, win at Oklahoma, and the other 3 at Alabama, number 1 Auburn here, Missouri. Those, if you were to lose them, that's not going to hurt your seeding too much. We obviously want to win them. It's Kentucky. It's every game. But this one, finish the job against LSU and just leave the rest up to whatever happens. Anyone have any confidence on still in this one in Tuscaloosa here in a few days? Talk us into it.
Hey, you lost at Vandy. You get that rematch. You're getting a rematch against Alabama. You can't get swept. I know how good Alabama is, but you can't get swept. So you're going in there, revenge game, and hopefully everyone's healthy.
Seeding-wise, this was big for just no one wants to, in the SEC, no one wants to play on Wednesday. I know Mississippi State won last night. We really needed them to lose to A&M. You're back tied with them in that 8-9 spot, but you have the tiebreaker. I don't know the rest of their schedule, but I think tournament seeding's in a good place, but I do not want to play in that Wednesday Nashville game, Jack.
Yeah, and that's why if you take care of business in the games that you're capable of taking care of business in, you can go 3-3 in this last stretch. They got the first one, or even 4-2, or if you can steal one. I mean, this team has done just ridiculously dumb things at times. Going down to Tennessee when you're shorthanded, you're not without your starting point guard, go win that game. This team just finds a way. So I am not going to be the one to count Kentucky out in Tuscaloosa. I'm not going to be the one to count them out against the most dominant team in college basketball in Auburn. Is it likely? No. But this team, if they're able to kind of control the game the way they were tonight, I think they have a chance down. Just the defense has to be what it was closer in the second half than it was in the first. If they do that, it's going to be 198 to 174 down in Tuscaloosa. We can't have that. So I feel good. Just get healthy. Just kind of keep buying these days and inch closer to the as healthy as you can, and just let everything else sort itself out, because I think Kentucky's a really good team, and whether they start Wednesday, Thursday, not Friday, but whenever they start in Nashville, I think they're going to make a run.
It's not so much my hands anymore, it's my ears. You all don't know what it's like to have big ears.
The aesthetic is pretty, though, with the snow coming down on us.
Yeah. But, these things are gorgeous, but when it's cold and windy out, these are a trap, and my ears are freezing right now. My hands are freezing. Thank you for watching. Steven behind the camera doesn't get enough credit. I'm sure he's trembling. I'm sure our video looks like this. He's got one glove on back there. We're going to go back inside in the heat. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the rules that always put us outside. Those are stupid. But here we are. Again, Cats win 82-61, move to 18, right? And
18-7.
And 7-6 in the conference, getting above 500, coming their way back. We'll be there. We're not going to play on Wednesday.
Two more of these.
Whatever. You're going to beat Alabama, too. Whatever. Let's beat Auburn. Let's win them all. I like this team. I have a lot of faith in this team. They need to get Lamont Butler back. He was in a blue jersey and walked through. I don't know what that means.
He sure was.
That's good to see, but we're coming along. Cats are coming back right as March comes around. Thanks for watching. We're going inside. Jacob especially. He's the coldest, except for my big ears. Go Cats. Love you all. Steven doesn't know